When anime fans argue about the most overpowered beings in anime, the conversation almost always collapses into raw destruction feats, reality warping abilities, or cosmic scale violence. Yet all of those arguments completely miss the one entity that doesn't need power at all to dominate every story it appears in. Because the truth from Fullmetal Alchemist does not exist to fight, conquer, or overwhelm. It exists to collect. And collection is far more terrifying than destruction. The truth is often labeled as God, but that label actually weakens what it represents because gods in anime can be sealed, tricked, surpassed, or killed, while the truth cannot even be approached as an opponent, since it has no physical form, no energy source, no lifespan, and no position within time or space, existing instead as the absolute embodiment of equivalent exchange, the fundamental law that governs reality itself in the Fullmetal Alchemist universe, meaning every action, every ambition, every sacrifice automatically answers to it whether the characters believe in it or not. Edward Elric doesn't lose his arm and leg because the truth is cruel. Alphonse doesn't lose his body because the truth is malicious. And Father doesn't lose everything because the truth is angry. They lose because the universe itself does not allow imbalance. And the truth is simply the voice that explains the bill after the damage has already been done, which is why it never lies, never threatens, never raises its voice, and never needs to rush, because inevitability has infinite patience. What makes the truth truly overpowered is that it offers complete clarity rather than deception, explaining the rules perfectly and allowing characters to destroy themselves through their own arrogance, which is far more devastating than any villain monologue, because there are no excuses left when the consequences arrive. Father's entire existence is proof of this dominance, as he believed absorbing God would grant him freedom from equivalent exchange, not realizing that you cannot steal authority from reality itself. In the moment he attempted to stand above the system, the truth effortlessly reclaimed everything he had taken, not as punishment, but as correction, reducing a being who sought godhood back into nothing more than a debt that had finally come due. Even Edward's so-called victory at the end of Fullmetal Alchemist is not a triumph over the truth, but an act of submission through understanding, as Edward realizes that the only way to win is to stop trying to cheat the system altogether, willingly giving up his alchemy forever in exchange for his brother, proving that the truth cannot be defeated, only accepted, and that acceptance is the highest form of power the series allows. Unlike anime gods such as Zeno, Madoka, Yohach, or Kaguya, who still operate within mechanics, conditions, and narrative rules. The truth exists beyond all of them, because it is not bound by plot escalation or dramatic necessity. It does not need to demonstrate strength, and it does not care whether it is feared, worshipped, or understood. Since every character, no matter how strong, still exists inside a system of cause and effect that the truth defines. This is why power scaling breaks completely when the truth enters the conversation, because you cannot scale something that does not compete, struggle, or change. You can only acknowledge it, and that is why the truth stands above every anime god, villain, and final boss ever written. Not as the strongest fighter, but as the one force no character, no story, and no universe can ever escape. Because in the end, every debt must be paid, and the truth always collects.